Hello, Badgers. Welcome to KCC Spins again. We are excited to be back. We are rolling. We are trying to catch up into some episodes that we have been wanting to record, but there's been a lot of things moving. So today, I have a special guest today with us. As you guys know, we've been moving into having athletics at KCC. We were approved last year to become a men's soccer program, and we spoke to athletic director and coach Lupe. Last episode we have today Tiffany Poe, who is the women's official soccer coach, and we're gonna ask her some questions, get to know her a little bit. She's really excited to be here, probably a little nervous, but it's okay, we're gonna be fine. So this podcast, Tiffany, so you know kind of our audience is really, we're trying to get parents and students that maybe are in high school to get to know a little bit inside of what KCC is about. So really, I'm just trying to bring them closer to faculty, to staff, to people, so they can get to know before they did that. And I think you and I went to a recruiting visit, and one of the girls mentioned that she saw the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the podcast she mentioned, right? So I think really we're just trying to provide information that otherwise might not be easy to find on the website, might not know, and then also for parents to know who you are. I'm sure I know you have kids. It's scary when your kids go to college and you don't know where they're going. So I think really what we're trying to do is kind of build some virtual relationship in a way, so they at least know who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. So thank you for being here, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah.
A little nervous, but I'm
okay.
excited.
It's okay. I love it. So Tiffany, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your college and soccer experience. As far as, did you play? Where did you play? You know, how that went through, and just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've grown up here my whole life, graduated from Henley. In fact, Lupe was my high school soccer coach, not to age him or anything. After high school, I went to Western Oregon, where I played. I had to redshirt my first year because I tore my ACL, and then I played 2 more years there, and then, or 3 more years there, and then transferred to, I got into a car wreck, so I couldn't afford to go back to Western. So then I played 1 year at OIT.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. So you started at high school, went to Western, came back to OIT, and that's where you ended your college soccer playing days.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest difference between a high school young girl that's trying to play high school and in college now, right? Like, what is the biggest difference that you see? I know that we're officially being an NWAC team this fall, and you're going to have a whole season to figure that out. But you've had some scrimmages against some NWAC teams and some college teams. What do you think is the main difference that you see from a coach and also like a player perspective?
I think from a coach, it's going to be the speed and physicality. It's kind of like what I tell the freshmen in high school when they come in. You are literally going against 18-year-old women who have had 3 years of experience, built more muscle, and built their speed up. And it'll be the same as incoming freshmen. Now they're going against maybe 22, 23-year-old women who are at their full maturity, really lifting hard, taking care of their body the way because they've matured and now they know what they need to do to take care of themselves and make themselves a better athlete. So I think it's going to be, again, speed and physicality that they're going to have to compete against as incoming freshmen. Yeah,
so the Dutch Bros Everyday diet might not be...
No.
Don't disregard Dutch Bros. We love you guys. That's great. But so what is one of the things that really got you into coaching? Like, you mentioned you coached at Henley, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the only place you've coached?
I've also coached at Basin United. I've coached my kids. I have 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. I started coaching with my oldest daughter and followed her up until high school, where I was coaching varsity at Henley, and decided I didn't want to coach my kids anymore, which Lupe was really mad at me for that. Yeah. But I think in the long run, as a parent, it helped. We weren't fighting nearly as much. And then I started coaching at Henley JV about 20 years ago, moved into the varsity, stayed there for 4 years, and we did really well there. Made it to state playoffs every year.
Wow.
And then my daughter came in, and so then I dropped back down to JV, and I got to watch them play and coach.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
The sacrifices we make as parents sometimes,
Yes.
right? I hear you. So when you're coaching, what is the one thing that that you look at the most, especially in this case, like for women athletes? What is the one thing that you, if you go to a high school game right now, what is the one thing you'd be looking at for an athlete?
You know, it's funny. I want to see that they know the game, that their touch is good, but I also want to see how they interact with their fellow teammates. If it's all about them, it's not a person that I want on my team. I want a team atmosphere. I want my bench just as loud cheering for the starters, because I feel like if you've got a strong bench, like that it's happy, they're up,
Right.
then the kids that are out on the field feel that, and it makes you like come together as a team, and you want to play hard, and you'll fight with each other out on the field.
So if in that same tone, if you could build your perfect athlete, what would you how would you build your perfect athlete to come play at KCC next fall?
Oh man, I think the perfect athlete would be they've got to have some muscle mass, strong, a leader, definitely a leader on the field, and their touch is good, and they've got a great attitude. I want to see the great attitude, not just the skill, not just, I mean, that all goes hand in hand, but if they can help lead a team, that makes the perfect athlete.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We spoke with Lupe a while ago about recruiting, and we follow the KCC Women's Badger on Instagram, which if you haven't followed it, you should follow it. But one of the things that I've noticed in that, obviously you've been posting, there's been a lot of women that are coming over, which is super exciting. But what do you think is the key to that happening? Both you and the men's program, I mean, we're getting players from like all over the place. And I sit here and I go, it's Klamath Falls, like, you know, and it's a small community, it's a small campus. There's kind of a lot of things that haven't happened for us yet. But what do you think is a tribute to your success on recruiting some of this girls to come play?
Well, for this year, we're probably going to have like 15 out of our 24 girls that are local girls that probably would not have left or went to school to play soccer. But now that we have a sport or soccer here, it gives them the opportunity to stay home and play. And so I think that's been a big thing. That's what's helped is for the girls that are local, they're like, yes, I get to stay home, I get to play in front of my family, and I get to afford college.
Yeah, no, that's true. Affordability is a huge thing, and then playing local. I mean, I think that's the best thing that we noticed in the boys' games, that we have a lot of like family members that come and do that, and I'm sure it's gonna be the same or more for some of the girls. So it is exciting. So when you when you're putting your team together, what do you start with first? What positions do you start with first?
The very first position I started with was goalie.
Goalie.
Start from the back and work my way up.
Nice.
Because you can have the best team, but if you can't have someone that'll stop the ball, then you can be in trouble.
Yes.
And we've got a great goalie coming in next year.
I saw that on the Instagram. So Tiffany, for the camera, for the audience, for the parents that are watching, for those young high schooler girls that are watching, what is your advice to the athlete first? What is your advice to them to do and get ready for? And what is your advice to the parent to support? I mean, you mentioned earlier about the sacrifice you had to make from not coaching to kind of dropping down. And I hear you. I have a 12-year-old and he does not like me coaching. But we just want the best for our kids.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, what advice would you have for those parents as their kids are preparing and looking at, like, okay, college sports could be a thing, right? Like, I could make it to KCC. I could make it to, there's a lot of other great community colleges, but what advice do you have for the athlete and also for the parents that they can help support their freshman, sophomore, junior in this process?
So I think for the athlete is getting video and start sending it to colleges, especially to KCC. We love to get videos, and so that we can see what kind of an athlete you are. But working on your ball skills, doing your juggling every day. I mean, you could do 100 juggles in less than probably 5 minutes a day, and that's still getting touches on the ball. Getting repetitions out in the field, like passing, shooting, working on defense if you're a defender, even working on speed and agility. so that you're quick, because once you get to college, you are now competing against all of the starters.
Yeah.
All the starters are coming in, and not everybody gets to be a starter when you come to college. So making yourself stand out by being in shape when you come in, being agile, being able to pull a ball out of the air. Those are the things that a college student needs to be able to do, or a college athlete needs to be able to do to come in, making themselves stand out. For parents, I would say to support them, making sure that their grades stay up so that they can apply for scholarships. That's huge, so that it can help with the financial burden of when they do go to college. And getting the film and helping them upload it to coaches and things like that.
Yeah. No, I think those are great topics and great suggestions for that. So this fall will be the first official one, right? Is there some scrimmages for the spring, right?
Yes, we're going to scrimmage Umpqua and the SOU club team.
Awesome.
Wants to get us.
So if we have community members, which we do pretty good with community supporting, what do they expect to see from a team led by Tiffany Poe?
Hopefully a lot of possession, and that all the players are involved, and that it looks like it's smooth, like the play is smooth, that they know how to play together, and that they're having a good time out there, and that the bench and everybody is into the game.
Yeah. So, few last questions for you before we let you go. So, what is your song to when you're driving to the game? What is your band? What is the song to that you're driving to the game?
Oh man, it depends on the day. Right now, I have in my car playing some Kid Cudi.
Wow. Okay. All right, Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
that's good. So when you have a bad game, a bad thing, what is your comfort food? The guilty pleasure.
My guilty pleasure, probably a bag of barbecue chips.
A bag of barbecue chips.
Yeah.
So if you what is your if you were sitting there with your team, what is the one thing that you can kind of get them to uplift them after a hard loss?
So what I used to do with my high school team is after a game, win or lose, we huddle into a circle and we call it the talking ball. And no matter what, there's always three things that we can find that was positive about a game. So usually we'll find the person that, it doesn't have to be the best person on the field, but someone who really put in effort, and I will start and I will pass it to them and I will give them a compliment. And then their job is to notice someone else. And we do that 3 times so that we leave the field in a positive manner.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. So, how does someone get in contact with you? Maybe there's a high schooler watching this. Like I said, we're on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube. How do they get in contact with you to still try to come out, try out, or a parent that maybe is watching this going, oh, I think my daughter could go there?
You can get a hold of me through the Badgers Instagram, the Women's Badgers Instagram, or email me at tiffany.poe@klamathcc.edu. And I'd love to hear from high school players, even any players that want to transfer into KCC.
Yeah. So we heard through the grapevine that when you played soccer, you used to sing on the bus.
No.
Is that true or not?
I may have tried to sing, but choir was not my forte. No.
Oh, man. Well, Tiffany, we're excited for this season. We're excited to have our first ever women's soccer team. I think it's going to be excitement. There's a lot of buzz for it, and I'm just happy to see both things happening at the same time. What would you tell the audience, just as a community, how can they support you and how can they support these young women that, they're balancing, like you said, sports, academics, boyfriends, relationships, all the things, right? I have 3 sisters, and yes, I know what that is like. But, how can the community support? How can they get behind, not just KCC and the men's soccer team, but like the women's soccer team? What can they do to make them feel supported?
I think the biggest way to support them is come to the games and be loud and cheering for them. Get to know who your favorite player is. Maybe even go up and get a picture with them. Make them feel special, and but the biggest thing is being in the stands when we play.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure once we get the schedules for fall, we'll share them out and send them out. So we thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for stopping by and being here. It wasn't so bad.
No,
You
it wasn't too
survived
bad.
this time. We'll go harder next time.
Oh,
but
thanks.
No, we appreciate your time and best of luck to you and the Badgers and all the girls that are coming over. And I'm excited for it. So it's going to be a good time for KCC.
Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah. All righty. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the KCC Spin Studio again, coming to you from an unknown location at KCC. And look forward to seeing you guys next time.